everyone, Randy here, and we're playing Farming Simulator 17 on Snettertons farm, and it is a beautiful winter day here in the game, and we are currently logging here again. For those of you who watched the last live stream there, we did a bunch of logging, cut a bunch of trees and chipped them. Mostly did those for chipping. Then towards the end of the live stream there, we started cutting logs there for actually selling at the sawmill. That's what we're still working on here this episode. And this, by the way, is the only episode I plan on doing for logging this time around. So once we're done with this episode, I'll probably fast forward time to probably spring or something like that. We'll see how it goes. So yes, we're just going to be cutting logs here this episode. I mentioned this in the live stream as well, so for those of you who did not see that, but if you did, we went ahead and switched out the Ponzi Scorpion here. So now we have a modded Ponzi Scorpion. This one can do, I think it's 14 meter long logs. About the longest our trailer can hold is like 12. I really don't want to go much longer than 12 anyway. So this works out pretty good. And what we were doing there for the live stream, cutting a bunch of logs there at 10 meters. That seemed to be a pretty good length there for the trailer. And for chipping them and taking them down to the chipper there, down by the sawmill. And we also chipped a bunch of trees for the composter as well, trying to keep up with the composter. Definitely has not been an easy task there down by the greenhouses. The greenhouses pay really, really well, so if you're looking to make money in this game, definitely check out the greenhouses. Just be aware, you're going to need a lot of straw and a lot of organic material to keep the composter running there. Biggest problem I've had so far is straw. Just do not have enough of it. Somebody did suggest in the comments, maybe do some more animals. That way you get more manure that way. Could possibly do that. Just probably not really practical though, because you'd have to have an awful lot of cows to get enough manure. And, that's one thing I really don't do much of in the game is deal with the manure and slurry. Main reason being there's just never enough of it to do anything with. We have, 30-some cows? We can check a minute here. We got like 30-some cows, and there's probably hardly any manure there. Let's just check here. What are the cows at? Probably should check, see if they need anything either as well. They're actually doing pretty good. Probably should be cleaned. So we have 32 cows. We got 42,000 manure, so that's actually not bad, a little more than I thought it would be. But that's for probably a whole year's worth of manure there. So 42,000 years worth of manure, and I've probably at this point burned through an easy 500,000 liters of manure down at the greenhouses. So we'd have to have, probably at least 10 times as many cows. Actually, probably 20 times as many, because I still don't have enough manure to actually keep up even with what we've made so far. But again, that's why, I don't typically do much with it on the fields either. If we were to spread that manure on the fields, 40,000 liters there. That's, one pass on a field? That's going to be about it. Okay, maybe a little more than that. Might get 2 or 3 passes, depending on what field we do. But it's probably not even enough manure to do. Well, it might be enough manure to do the smallest field, but even the smaller fields, that's not going to be enough manure to do the fields. So, again, that's why I don't do much with the manure. If you ask me, the manure production here for the animals just is inadequate in this game. I have to imagine most real farmers would have to agree with that as well. When it comes to real life there, it seems like all you're doing is moving manure. And of course, at least in real life here, now that some of the fields have been harvested where I live, farmers are definitely busy out there spreading the crap. Okay, so just 2-3 more trees up here. I'll have to go back down below there to the next level. A little bit challenging actually logging on this map, which is kind of fun. There's still like really no wide, flat open areas where you can just cut trees for miles. It's all these ridges and trails and whatnot you have to try to follow. Logging-wise, though, there's actually not much. If you look at the map where we're at, there's actually probably not a whole lot left here. We've probably got an easy half of the trees, I would try to imagine. I don't know. I don't think you can actually, well, we probably can if we want to. I don't think we can actually climb up there, so the trees up there I don't think we can cut down. Oh, you know what? I think this actually is the end of the map here. I think that's the corner of the map over there, I think. Like I said, I don't think there's a way to really get up there. I mean, I suppose you probably could again if you wanted to, but... money-wise, as you can see, we are sitting really good at this point, mostly from wood chips. Wood chips pay really well on this map. And then, of course, the greenhouses. We've really been trying to keep the greenhouses running here, being moderately successful at that. Compost is going pretty good again, because I said the wood chips. It's fairly easy to get wood chips, so we're really cranking out the wood chip production there. The composter does take wood chips, by the way. Well, like I said, that's something I can fairly easily get my hands on. Again, if you watched last episode, let's see, I'll bring up the forecast here a minute. Again, you can see no snow in the forecast. I don't know what's up with that, but again, we apparently lucked out on our winter forecast here. Same as last year, for those who remember that. We had no snow then either for some reason. Okay, that was it. We got one straggle up here. Looks like it wants to be cut down. Ooh, if we can get to it. Yep, we can. It didn't survive. The snow that's on the ground at the moment has been artificially added. So that's what's up with the snow that we have currently. It probably won't stick around before the end of the episode. Snow that's added artificially tends to disappear after, I think, like, I don't know, 20 minutes, half hour. So it might be around for the entire episode. We'll see once, but it is going to disappear at some point. I'll have to say, it definitely changes the look of the map, though, when you add that snow to it. Definitely a much different look here with snow than without the snow. And to add the snow, by the way, you have to have developer mode on. If you're not sure how to do that, I do have a video on my channel page there. If you go to the channel page, scroll down to the About videos there. You can find a video there on how to turn on developer mode. Then you just open up the developer controls here, which is the tilde key on your keyboard. That's probably that funny little key that most of you have probably never used, right above the tab key, or right below the escape key on the keyboard. So you push that twice, you get the little blinking cursor there, and you can type in SS, add snow, and give it maybe, about a minute, and it should add a layer of snow. I don't think I'm maxed out, so it should actually add another layer here. Let's see, I did it, what do we got, 5? That'll be 5 times now. It's probably going to be kind of hard to see it actually add another layer. Oh, there, I think it just went there. Okay, so we'll just maybe cut down a couple more trees right around this area, then we'll start picking them up. Interesting. I was rather expecting it would have fallen the other way. Okay, then. Oh, there we go. It's going to roll down the hill. Perfect. Trying to keep the, the piles somewhat neat here if I can. I know a few people have asked how I kind of keep my piles so neat. I would argue the pile's not that neat, but it is probably maybe a little bit better than some people's. I do try to, keep them piled up there. Just pretty much a little bit of practice with the Scorpion, I guess you could say. That's about the only suggestion I can say. Just working with it. Gotta love it how sometimes it doesn't want to cut the trees. Okay, maybe we'll just cut these two that are right here yet, and like I said, we'll start picking them up. See how many more, or how much time we have here. I do have a couple piles of trees down the other way on the trail here. Those are 10 meters though, and again, like I said, I'm going to save those for the wood chipper. Yeah, the tree falls a weird direction. Interesting. Normally it always falls the angle you're at with the Ponzi Scorpion, but I guess not always. Ooh, there we go. And again, we're cutting them at the 8-meter length. That is the best price for the logs, or the longest best price, maybe I should say. I think arguably 6 and 7 meters might actually get you a little bit more yet. But once you start getting above 8 meters, you actually start losing value for your logs. And yeah, for those of you who watched the live stream there, you probably noticed we accidentally dropped a couple of them down in the middle pond there, which you can sell logs at, by the way. Those were selling for $1,000 per tree. So a whole great big tall tree we could cut maybe 4 or 5 pieces out of, $1,000. And if I'm not mistaken, one of these pieces here, which is 8 meters long, will get us $1,000. So we're basically losing out on basically a fifth of the price if we sell the whole tree versus cut it up into, again, 4 or 5 pieces. Actually, maybe not quite that much. We're losing at least half, let's put it that way, because the smaller ones obviously don't sell for $1,000, but I believe the bigger ones will. Okay, let's whack the one on the other side here. It's looking like it's just begging to be cut down here for some reason. But yeah, like I said, a tree like this, if we just dropped it in whole at the mill pond, would get us $1,000. Now, if we cut this up, we'll probably get, I'm guessing, somewhere between probably 3 and 5 for it. And I know some people like to argue that logging is really hard to do here in Farming Simulator. I would argue if you're using the Ponzi Scorpion here and an auto-loading trailer, it doesn't get much easier than that. Now, Grant, if you're trying to manually load the logs, I definitely have to agree with you. Giant's lack of physics and probably lack of testing and whatnot definitely doesn't make it the easiest thing to do, but... Uh-oh. Truck ain't gonna make it. I don't know, we might be stuck on... No, I don't think we're stuck on any stumps here. We do need to do some serious stump grinding, by the way, but... I think it's just the snow. Okay, let's see what's here. Start auto load. Left-hand side, we want the right side. Also, it's getting a little laggy. That's probably because I have a lot of trees here. I don't know why it keeps stopping on us. It actually works out pretty good. What I've found always works the best Load up a couple, stop it. Load up a couple, stop it. Otherwise, if it just piles them in, it kind of tends to make a little bit of a mess in the trailer, and you can't hold that many. Kind of let it load a few, let it kind of settle out, and then load a few more. Why it's being stubborn about loading these here. It's working pretty good in the live stream. It seems like at times this logging trailer likes to bug out or something. It doesn't load the logs, even though it's like right next to them. There we go. Now it's loading. Maybe a little bit closer, I guess, or something. I think it works better too if you're probably driving parallel with the logs rather than we're kind of at the end of them here. That probably makes a difference as well. Neither of these piles turned out really well. This one went, yeah, went really haywire. A couple more in here, maybe. Oh, there we go. There we got a couple more. That's probably... Yeah, we might be able to get a couple more yet. Snow is just making it really hard for us to get around. Okay, let's we'll call that a full load there. Especially seeing as how we got to get out through the snow here. That is a pile of 8-meter logs there as well. And then, like I said, if you go down the opposite way on the trail here, then it's 10-meter logs. So won't be selling those. We'll keep those for the chipper. The chipper full. One complaint I do have about the chipper, by the way, and talking about the in-game chipper, the in-ground chipper here. That's in the map. It fills the trailer very, very slowly. So I've got our trailer just parked underneath it at the moment. Anyway, we'll read a few comments here in a moment. Stan Farmer was saying, PC for the win. Excellent first comment there to read, if you ask me. Tim was saying, can you get a Troika 1986 on the server? Don't right off the top of my head actually know what that is. It sounds familiar, though. TJ wants to see a corn planting video with a New Holland T7. I'm not sure what's so special about the T7, but okay. Okay, this is going to take a few minutes to get out of here. I do have diff locks I can turn on yet if I want. I don't know if that'll actually help or not. William was saying that potatoes is the second highest yielding crop in the game, 80,000 per hectare. It says chaffing corn is the highest at 96. Okay, right. Yeah, I didn't think of chaffing the corn, but just generally harvesting the actual crop as it is, potatoes are the highest. But yeah, if you chaff corn, that does get you more. Got the other truck there too. I wonder if that one would pull any better. Actually, we got all three trucks here now that I think about it. Yeah, for those of you who did not watch the live stream, actually both live streams, we have upgraded some equipment here. Namely, we got a couple new trucks and trailers, mainly for the logging operation here and transporting. Oh, that was a lot of money. So yeah, like I said, you can see some of the logs they're selling for, you know, like 1,500, 1,400. Smaller ones are obviously 400. But yeah, if you were to sell that whole tree, $1,000. That's it. So that's why you don't want to sell the whole tree. Again, the mill pond is right on the other side of that guardrail there. And if you drop a tree into it, it does sell. You can actually maybe try selling them there too. I don't really know if we can or not. I'll try turning the diff locks on here, see if that helps. And maybe a little bit. But just for example here, let's drop this tree here. We're to drop it in the mill pond. Sold. And that was... I don't know if it showed up there. Yeah, probably hasn't actually showed up yet. I probably should have waited. It was probably like $1,000 and $1,050 or something like that. That's what kind of the other ones were. Matthew was asking, where did you find the Minneapolis Moline? There should be a link in the mod list for that one. I believe it was part of the Small American Farms Facebook group, I think is where that one came from. But again, like I said, should be a link in the mod list. Slowly making our way over here. Joseph was saying the placeable green chipper automatically sells. And I have not used that, by the way. That is down at the other side of the map there, at the other kind of logging area. We have a little too much snow here, making it really difficult for the truck. Ooh, are we going to make it up the hill? That looks like a negative. There's a stump there. So, oh, there's the stump. See if we can make it up where we went down at. Oh, come on, truck. You can make it. Maybe not. Okay, guess not. I don't know if the other trucks will actually be any better. We can try them. Oh, let's see what's here. That's the Peterbilt 389. I'm going to guess the 379 is probably going to be the better one. Maybe not. Oh, this one can't even move the trailer. Oh, we can go forward, though. And bought this trailer here to transport the wood chips with. Like I said, that's the chipper there. Fills the trailer very slowly. When the price hasn't tanked too much, we should get a fair amount of money for this. Okay, that's selling. Let's actually maybe try this one here. Oh, I got all the diff locks on this one too, don't I? You know, this truck does. Both trucks look very similar, by the way. The one we just got out of is 379. This is a 389. Again, that, whoa, 162,000. Yes, there we go. That is the wood chip cell there. The Peterbilt 379, that's my favorite truck from back in Farming Simulator 15, I would say. And like I mentioned in the live stream there, it is a private mod. Though I've been told you can find it on some of the mod sites. Apparently it has been leaked or publicly released. I'm not sure, but you can probably find that truck. Oh, we're going to make it up the hill? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Doesn't seem to even be struggling. Perfect. That's weird how the logs kind of shifted there. Okay, we're still on the right side. Start loading. And like I said, I'm just kind of letting it load a couple of them, stopping it. letting them kind of do their thing, rolling around. It's always annoying when you get like one like this in here that does that. Shake them up a little bit. Nope, that might be about it. Yeah, we got room for more, but that's all it's probably going to hold because of that. Okay, I'll call that good. Oh. Okay, I guess it didn't like us turning like that. Oh, I see why. There's a stump there. Hidden in the snow. I noticed the temperature there says it's a balmy 28 degrees out. Some beautiful logging weather there. Oh, that's right. We're going to try the mill pond here. I don't know if they sell for any different price here or not. Let's maybe find out. I'm assuming it's probably the same price. I don't know why it'd be any different, but obviously for the mill pond here, I believe you have to manually unload them, or in this case, use the auto unload feature. We'll start unload. Oh, that's the wrong side. We want that side. Make sure that sells. Yes, it does. Yeah, it looks like that's about the same price, I think. There we go. One log there, $63. I wonder which one that was. That was hardly worth selling. Oh, another one at $69. And again, as well, if you cut these at 6 meters, you can probably actually make just a little bit more money yet. I think then obviously you got to cut them more, and it takes more time to transport and all that stuff as well. So 8 meters seems like, if you ask me, a good difference there. Oh yeah, those would be some nice expensive trees there. One thing you really don't want to do either is be moving when you're auto loading. That can really cause stuff to shift around. Oh, close. Yeah, I think there's one more back here yet. We can get that in a moment, and we'll call this a full load here as well. There we go. Oh, there must have been another one hiding there somewhere. Okay, we'll get this load sold here, and then it'll be time to wrap up the episode. So not too bad. We did, what, 3 loads of logs. There's probably another, maybe another 3, I'm guessing. Probably another 3 loads. And there's probably another 2 or 3 loads of logs for the chipper yet there as well. I would have to guess, at least on this map, the wood chips probably sell for more, at least at this point anyway, more than the actual logs do. The other thing to keep in mind here, I'm sure the wood chip price is just plummeting. It's probably in the tank at this point. And especially after we sell one whole trailer at 100,000 liters. As far as I know, I don't know that the price of logs really changes that much. Or at least it seems like that is a fairly consistent number. I love that sound, right? Anyway, with that, folks, I think we'll wrap up the episode here. If you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.